I guess it's like when people reach for a cigarette. Usually I'll play until maybe midnight, and then by like 2 in the morning, I'll just pick up the game again and start playing. And by then it's just kind of one of those write-off nights where I've just come to terms with the fact I'm not sleeping, it's a Candy Crush night. I'm just like, okay, well, it's just a few games. I'm not gonna play as long as I normally do. I'm not gonna play till the end of my lives. And then I always do, and then it's always the same thing. When I close my eyes, I will literally see the candies like on my eyelids as I'm trying to fall asleep, and sometimes in my dreams.
All these games have very similar dynamics to how people design gambling games, which is the intermittent reinforcement, quick, short, fast bursts of stimuli. All that is there.
You know, it gives you a little reward if you do pass the level. I've actually noticed that my physiological state will change. My heart rate will increase, I'll become more alert, and I'll always tell myself, like, I know better. Why do I do it every night? I'm a social worker, and I facilitate groups for people who are seeking recovery from mental health conditions.
So do you think about the irony?
I do, every night. Started thinking about the whole, like, okay, let's assess myself. What are the negative consequences? And just like this light bulb went up over my head, because it's so not on my radar, even as a mental health professional, that it could be an issue.
Technology is advancing quicker than our ability to stop and think. We constantly got calls at our youth addiction services. Usually it's a parent saying, I can't get my kid to go to school. He's playing video games so often he is missing school and he's skipping job. Nobody seems to be able to know what we're supposed to be doing with this.
And it's just this sort of laziness that has taken over my character, where it's like reading a book, I have to learn things and process things. But playing this game, it's something I've gotten really good at by now. So even though I'm at a really high level, I'm at like level 341, that's all I do now. I do this because it's easy.
We called CAMH and asked them if they would be able to provide training for our therapists.
Again, this is such a ubiquitous issue that's growing and growing. We're going to need all the different healthcare professionals to start tackling this together.
Whether it's substances or screen addictions, they're using it as ways of either self-medicating, what people call coping strategies.
So when somebody is trying to cope with, let's say, stress, you'll go to what is closest. So you have a cell phone, you have a game like Candy Crush, where you're playing Minecraft or whatever. It's like, this is okay, it's right here. I'm not going to go to jail for it, like going to get cocaine or marijuana or anything like that.
And I've had parents who are at their wits' end, they don't know what to do. It can be seen like a substance in terms of their level of upset when they can't have access to it.
When they took away the games or tried to, their kids would either get very depressed, suicidal, or violent. Working with the family, not the individuals, about working together.
The work that we're kind of starting to talk about in the school board is educating around what is normal use and where can it start impacting your life.
There is this game that CAMH developed through the Problem Gambling Institute of Ontario called Soul Crush.
Soul Crush Story is a resource to help raise awareness. We piloted it in a couple high schools, and it was an amazing tool. You'll see throughout the game where they start to make you very comfortable about making microtransactions.
A lot of games are free. They make all their money from the in-app purchases. I've had people here spend thousands of dollars on weekends. This whole concept of intermittent reinforcement is one of the most addictive psychological techniques to get somebody hooked onto a behavior. When a rat pulls a lever and food always pops out every time, go, yeah, this is boring. But if it comes out sometimes, that shows, wow, I really want to keep pressing this. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? Which is how slot machines came into being.
It just tricks the mind into thinking like, oh, if I just play more, if I just play more, if I just play more, I'm going to get my reward.
It's easier to fall for it if you're not aware these lures are there. And so being aware of these things is important in our society.
Candy Crush became this like nemesis that I had to outdo. so proud of being on level 341. I kind of want to be able to prove to people that I got there, but then I realized, why would anybody care that I'm on level 341? And you know, if I really was serious about not playing it again, deleting it would be, you know, the only way to really show that I'm truly committed. I kind of, you know what? I think I would. I want to.
Once you delete it, you lose.
Yeah, I lose my level.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the enemy, public enemy number 1. So it's happening. I can't believe I did it!